let's just use this app template. Of course, you can use the multi-target by using other and select specific target, and let's just use iOS because you can always add the target. Okay, yeah, an app. This is just sort of a template, and yeah, create that. They will be our super to-do list, super to-do, yeah, something like that. Okay, so yeah, just a name that you gave to your app. You can do whatever name you want. Let me just use super to-do. I don't know whether this name is pattern or not. It's just yeah, I just wanted a to-do list, maybe super to-do list, something like that. Okay, so just make your own name for that. And the theme, let me just choose now because I'm not going to publish that for now to the App Store. If you need to, yeah, test that on your physical phone, or you want to publish that, you need to choose a theme. Of course, all that you can change that later. Yeah, nothing too worrisome. Interfaces with UI. Yeah, we the original tutorial bootcamp, we used the storyboard sort of as an intro, and the storyboard is using UI kit, and I think maybe yeah, this SwiftUI is definitely the future. So and can greatly improve the efficiency of your programming in your programming. Okay, language Swift. Yeah, nothing too fancy about that. Let me just click next and create our project to do super to-do list, and let me say 8. Remember, this is just a series of app, so project, and that will be super to-do list. Okay, so let's create that. We got super to-do list. We got a Git repository up and running, and yeah, so we create our project, but let's just think of a model here, because we're using the model to get our data. So let's just think about the data, and of course, if you don't want to get much more complicated from the start, you can just use dummy data, or what I call the task data, dummy data, to fill in and give you a generalized feeling of what is going on. Alright, so we got this sort of boilerplate code, and we are not interested in that, so let's create our data model. So we got ourselves a new model. Let's create a new file called Swift, just Swift file, not SwiftUI, because it's a data model. And let's say that this is just a reminder of my to-do list. Okay, so reminder model, or maybe a to-do list model, whatever model that you like to name. I think maybe to-do list model is better. So to do, because the app name is the super to do, so to-do list model. So to-do list model. So as the name suggests, it's a to-do list model. Let's just create that, and we got a model, and let's use struct to get the data. So struct will be a to-do list model. Inside of it, we get the title of that model, and that will be a string, and of course we got a boolean of is completed. Okay, is completed, and of course they will be not completed by default, and unless you check that, you will keep incompleted. Okay, and because I want to fill in a sort of dummy data, so let me use extension for that to-do list model, and it's just because we're not going to change that, so use static, and let our sample data be, and that will be, let me initialize this to-do list model to get a series of titles as well as is completed. Okay, so yeah, let me say that make a tutorial about Swift, about iOS development bootcamp. Yeah, I already done that, so I'm gonna say is completed will be true. This is a completed. I'm going to command D to duplicate multiple things. Alright, and tutorial about SwiftUI. SwiftUI is completed, it's not completed, so not completed. And about say a model view and view model, okay, is completed, is not completed, so it's false. And remember, you can you can just ignore whether it's complete or not. Okay, so you can just get rid of all that, and it can still work. Okay, and make it about Android development, and it's not complete. It's got ongoing process. So and of course, let me change that to game that, and of course it's updating right now, so it's false. About machine learning bootcamp, of course, so it's false. It's still updating. Deep learning bootcamp is updating. Bootcamp is updating. So yeah, it's sort of a ongoing process. And yeah, there we are. We create an extension for our to-do list model, and we will make a sample data, and we add a couple of to-do list items, and you will use this sample data in later of the tutorial, right? So then I think we need to go back to our content lead.swift, because we're going to initialize it by showing all these sample data here. Right, so yeah, I think yeah, we can build the to-do list here, and yeah, because we got this to-do list model, and yeah, I think I missed a separator. Let's insert that. Yeah, I think I not only missing a separator, I'm missing a lot of separator here. So let's just yeah, save that and go back here, and hopefully we'll show everything else. Okay, so we got this ready, and I think the first thing we're going to do is to change that. This is called the SF symbol. If you got the SF symbol app, let me bring you guys the SF symbol. Essentially, this is Apple's default symbol that you can use the system symbol. Okay, so let me just give you guys this. This is the SF symbol app, and you can search, say, to-do list. We don't have to-do list, so what about square? Yeah, again, square and square field. We can use that. Say that you check that list. Okay, you can do that. Let me just use the square for not field to-do list. Okay, so system name, if I change that to square, we got this, something like that. And this is a virtual scale. We don't like that. Let's change it to edge stack, so it's left and right. So this is a little bit like to-do list, right? And yeah, I think image scale large, nothing wrong about that. Accent color, text, hello words, yeah. And of course, I'm going to fill in this view with a list of our to-do list model. So what I'm going to do is to add a state variable here in order to do that. So struct state variable, and remember to make it private and variable, and that will be our, because we're going to do to-do list model. So to-do list model, let me not capitalize it. Okay, so to do list to do, maybe just a to-do list, not to-do list model, but I think it's it's sort of common practice not to get this model, because yeah, most of the time we're not naming that a certain model. So let me just delete the model. Let me quickly refactor that. Okay, so it's not a refactor, it's just a simple delete the model. I think to-do list and everything is capitalized is already good enough. So let me just click it and get rid of this model. To-do list, I think it's already pretty good. You don't need to add model. I think the name is redundant. So I can say the to-do list will be the to-do list, okay, and we can dot to get that tab self init out, okay. So, and I think we got the to-do list, not to-do list model, this one. So I'm going to get a sample data out, and dot sample data, find that. We get that data out, and that will be our state variable to-do list. So I can use that when I would like to fill in this fill in string. So what I'm going to do is to because we got a lot of data to show, so that will be a list to show here. So maybe just grab it inside of a list. So list. And I'm going to input that because we got the to-do list here, and to-do lists maybe, okay, because there's multiple things to do, and list would be to-do lists, and every to-do list. I know it does not make sense now, but just to bear with me, to the list, and in, and then I'm going to put the edge stack here, got the image as well as the, we don't need the padding, so let's just delete the padding as well, just put it here. So we got an edge stack, so left and right, horizontal, and we got image, square, not field, and so we got the hello world. But remember, if you click here, we got this initialize requires to-do conform identifiable. So you are going to fix that because it's not identifiable yet. So what I'm going to do is to go back to to-do list.swift and make it identifiable. Remember, the struct you can mark it as a identifiable. Okay, so yeah, and because you are treated as identifiable, you do not conform to the identifiable, so you have to add a certain things, and that will be our ID, identifiable objects file. Let me just use UUID. Okay, so the ID, let me just let because it's needs to be unique, so be UUID for that. Okay, so once to fill in, and I think that's yeah, pretty much it. And of course, it just automatically handle the identification here, so you don't need to manually pass in the info. And I think the complaint of the SwiftUI will just be gone. And let's go back to content view, and I think it will generate a list that can fill the data. Okay, so yeah, we got all that, and every time you show that it's just a hello world. Okay, I think that's pretty good. But clearly that's definitely not the final result, because we got a lot of info that we want to show. For example, this sort of a make a tutorial about something. Okay, so it shouldn't be like this, and of course everything is unchecked. I'm sort of needed to check that, so I'm going to update the view inside of the list view to display the actual title and whether it is completed or not. So what I'm going to do is to change that. This is a square, and I'm going to make it choose between whether it is filled or not filled by using the logic of to-do list. Okay, we got to-do list, and I think it's not a to-do list like this. It should be a to-do lists, because we need to initialize that. Okay, and dots, and is well, strange, just the dot is empty. Yeah, sorry, to-do list do not have S. I think this should be the right one. And dots, and it's completed. Yes, we got that right one. Whether it's completed, if it's completed, I'm going to say that it's not be a square. Let me bring you guys SF symbol. It should be a square field. Okay, so I'm going to use square field system symbol, of course. So that'll be a square field. And else, if it's not a scenario, if it's completed, that will be just a square. Okay, so, and of course you can just make it large, make it accent color, right? Nothing wrong about that. And then let's deal with the text. Okay, so the text, hello world, is not like the set already decided text, but rather I'm to access this to-do list. And the dots, it should give you a title. So yeah, I got all the title here, and I think the earning finishes mark make a tutorial about iOS Dev Bootcamp. And in order for you guys to see it with something much more interesting, let me adjust some of the to true. So let's look at here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We got the some part of it finished, some part of it is not finished. Okay, and yeah, I think that's pretty good. But still, we don't have the functionality of switching whether it's completed or not. So we need to add that functionality as well. And yeah, I think that's will be what I will record in the next video, because it's already 20 minutes. I tend to just make my video a bit shorter. Okay, I think yeah, to review this video, we create a to-do list model, and we use that identifiable to make every ID unique. We got title and complete. We got the dummy data by using the extension, and we use the list to show every to-do list, and this is generated by using the state variable, which can be changed according to your to-do list model. And we use the list to loop that, and in every of the item inside of the list, we use edge stack to make left and right separation. Of course, you can use a sort of a spacer to make it, say, to the right side of it, but that will make things a little bit messy. So I tend to just make it like this. Of course, you can use lead-in training to make it center, the left or right, depending on the language. Maybe use the the Arabic language, the right is from right to left, so you might customize that. But things were making an English version of it, so I think it's really pretty good. So yeah, before you close this tutorial, I have a huge favor to ask you guys. My name is William, and I'm trying to apply for YouTube Partner Program. So it really helped me a lot if you subscribe to my channel.